Hi guys, all right, today's lesson is going to be over the SAT versus the ACT. And I know that the SAT and ACT seems super far off and it seems like all you've been doing is testing your whole life, but these are the big ones. These are the ones that are going to help you get scholarships, the ones that are going to help you get into college or into the first place. They are huge helpers for you. If you're not going to college and you're going into trades, which maybe would be a community college or a trade school such as like welding or linemen, they are now using the SAT and ACT scores as a way to separate people who put in effort versus those who don't. I'm not saying you have to have an amazing score, but if the lineman program at, I don't know, at LCC has 700 applicants and they're only taking 300, they're now looking at your test scores to see, did you try? Are you going to put in the effort? Or are you someone who just doesn't care? So no matter what, all the way around, the SAT and ACT are tests you're going to have to take, one or the other, maybe even both, and you need to know about them. Just so you know, you do take the SAT here for free. You can pay to take the ACT elsewhere, and you can also pay to take the SAT multiple times. So let's get started. The SAT has fewer geometry questions, and there's more time per question, and there is a no calculator math section. The ACT has a lot of geometry, it's a little faster paced, and it has a tough science section. So those are the key differences. Now, the SAT takes about 3 hours, and the ACT is 2 hours, 55 minutes. So those are pretty similar. For reading, it's 65 minutes, and then writing is 35 minutes. And those two scores are combined to go between 2 and 800 points. There's no science because science is embedded within the reading portion. And the writing portion of the SAT is more like grammar. Then there's the math no calculator, which is 25 minutes, and the math calculator, which is 55 minutes. Those scores are combined to also fall between 2 and 800, meaning that you can score a total between 4 and 1600 on your SAT. Now, the SAT is scored differently and has different sections than the ACT. ACT, everything is just 1 through 36. And there are 4 sections. Reading, English, math, and science. So it's a little bit different. And then obviously your scores would be added and then averaged to 1 through 36. So it's done just a little bit differently. Now, if you're taking both, why would you want to take both? Well, because sometimes for scholarships, your college might want you to have the ACT over the SAT. Not everybody in our country is on the same page, so it's good to have both. Also, you might score better on one than the other because, as I told you on the last screen, they test differently. So this is a nice chart to show you what the scores would be like in comparison. So like a 1600, which is the highest you can get on the SAT, equates to a 36, which is the highest you can get on the ACT. This chart is good to show you if you take the SAT and you score about a 1020, you're probably, and not necessarily, but you probably could get around a 22 on the ACT. Now, because they test differently, you might score a 1020 on this test, but you might do way better on this one. Or, reversely, you might do way worse. It's just good to know because a lot of colleges do accept both. So, why not give yourself a chance to get as much scholarship money as you can? So that's my quick rundown of the SAT versus the ACT. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.